Hey everyone, I'm Isaac. I'm the new product coordinator here at Ripstop. A few weeks ago we did a video on dry bags and a lot of you had questions about the French seam that we did in that. So we're going to do a follow-up video and take a more in-depth look. So the first thing you want to do when you set up your machine is to make sure your needle is sharp and clean. Then you're going to set up your thread like you would normally do with your machine. Today I'm going to be using a Singer Heavy Duty. Many of you probably have a similar machine. And the first thing I'm going to do is set my needle position to the furthest right position possible. The fabric we're going to be using today is an X-Pac V21 Ripstop. And we're going to be using the paisley side as our face and the white side is our wrong side. So the first step in this process is going to be lining up our fabric on the right side of the presser foot. And you're going to want to do a back stitch at the beginning and end of your straight stitch. Now that we have backstitched our straight stitch along that first seam, we're going to take out our fabric, open it up, and then we're going to fold both of the face sides together. Now you want to make sure that your seam is pressed all the way to the edge, and just run your fingers along that seam so that you get a nice crease. Quick tip for getting your seam all the way out to the edge: just roll your fabric back and forth a little bit until you can see. This will also help to get a good crease in your fabric. So our next step is to go back to our sewing machine, and in this case I'm going to move my needle position back to the center. If you're using an industrial machine or you don't want to move your needle position, you can simply use a larger seam allowance than what you did for your first straight stitch. Again, we're going to line up with the outside of that presser foot, and we're going to start and end with a back stitch. Now that we've finished our second straight stitch, you should have that first raw edge completely encapsulated inside of that fold. Now at this point you have two options. You can leave your French seam untop stitched and open like this, or if in your application it would be better to stitch that down, you can also do that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now and we'll finish this up. So the last step in this process is going to be to trim these loose threads at the very end. I like to run a lighter across those. Be careful using your lighter. There you have it. That's your French seam. For more content just like this, check out our website, our Instagram page, as well as our YouTube page, and thank you all for watching.